120 retired veterans of the Indian Army have written to their Supreme Commander, the President of India, saying that there is an uncomfortable, possibly dangerous social media trend which appears to be targeting Muslim soldiers of the Indian Army. They're concerned about a number of social media posts that falsely state that soldiers of a Muslim regiment refused to fight the Pakistan Army during the 65 war. The officers say these malicious allegations are designed to generate ill will and raise suspicions against Muslims in general and lower the morale of the armed forces. In the letter they write, these Muslim regiments' posts are blatantly false because the Indian Army did not have a Muslim regiment in 65 or since. Saying that Muslim soldiers of the so-called Muslim regiment refused to fight the war against Pakistan in 1965 and hence the Muslim regiment was disbanded, denigrates and questions the loyalty of all serving and retired Muslim soldiers. Our soldiers fight shoulder to shoulder as a team at every level of all military functioning and operations, from the section and platoon level up to the highest level, based upon mutual trust, respect, camaraderie and fraternity, regardless of religion, language and caste. Well, joining us now, Major General Sudhir Vombatkere. He's one of those who drafted this letter, is also Colonel Pavan Nair. I'd like to thank both of you very much for joining us. General Vombatkere, when did you notice this trend on Twitter and social media starting, where Muslim soldiers were in a sense targeted?
Good afternoon to all the viewers. Very happy to be on the show. This was started, I noticed it first in 2017, but it appears that it started earlier in 2013. And also there was a statement by somebody soon after the Pathankot attack on the Pathankot airfield that by a person who is an MP today saying that all Muslim soldiers should be checked out. All Muslim soldiers in the Indian Army should be checked out for their loyalty. So it's a very serious matter that instead of putting sedition charges on all sorts of cases, this should be treated actually as sedition, trying to cause disaffection within the army. It's a national security issue. It's a national interest issue.
All right, and Colonel Nair, I think the larger issue here, which people would want to know, is about the basic nature of the Indian Armed Forces. You don't fight on the basis of a Hindu regiment, a Christian regiment, or a Muslim regiment. You fight only for the Constitution, period. That's where it ends, right?
Absolutely, Vishnu. Now you know that we are a secular army. We have all religions. But we do have Sikh regiments, we do have Muslim subunits, and there are Muslims distributed in all regiments. For instance, my regiment, I have had the privilege of commanding Muslim troops, nearly 100 of them, and my senior JCO was a Muslim JCO. So let me tell you that they are all valiant, they are loyal, just as Sikhs, Marathas or anybody else, but they are sensitive. They are sensitive to what is happening on social media. They are sensitive to what is happening in their villages. Just last month, there have been a few lynchings of Muslims. There are people getting pulled out of auto rickshaws and slapped around and being made to say Jai Shri Ram and things like that. Now, this is bound to affect the morale of the soldiers who are out there, whether in Ladakh, Sikkim or anywhere else. So it is a very serious issue which has to be taken note of by the government of the day.
Yeah. General Vombatkere, the way religion is now, it's important to again explain to our viewers that religion is a very important part of the Indian Armed Forces. You know, a lot of your battle cries are in the name of a god. Religion gives our soldiers, men and women, a certain purpose. It gives them, faith is important. However, there is also this wonderful tradition of soldiers, of officers adopting the faith of their soldiers. So if you have a Sikh regiment and a Christian officer, that Christian officer would adopt the faith of his Sikh soldiers. How is that in essence of what the Indian Army is, diverse to the core?
Yes, in fact, the diversity of our nation is reflected in our armed forces, not just the army, navy, and the air force. But in the particular context of the army, since I am from the army, every unit has got religious institutions of all the soldiers who are in that regiment. Like, for example, I am from the Madras Engineer Group, and we have a mandir, we have a masjid, we have a church. We don't have Sikh troops at the moment, so we don't have a Gurudwara. But religion is very important, as you say, because just before a soldier goes into battle, he knows that he is going to, he is facing death or very serious injury which may disable him for life. So he has to make contact with his maker, and therefore they all go to their religious institutions, and every soldier prays before he goes into operations. It's a necessary part to satisfy the human psyche. Now, when you say an officer adopts the religion of his regiment, it's not that he changes his religion, but he becomes really secular in the sense that he attends all the religious functions of the religion of his regiment. Now, in my regiment, for example, every officer participates in the functions of the mandir, of the masjid, and of the church. And all the jawans, all the troops, all ranks, they take part in all the functions. They take part in the routine prayers which go on in these religious institutions. So it's not that we adopt the religion of the regiment, but we accept the religion of every single soldier and of every single Indian, because we fight as Indians.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't
And
fight
perhaps adopt some of the practices. In sharing that sense of camaraderie, which is the essence of what the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force are all about. Colonel Nair, let me ask you this, and it's a direct question. Do you believe that these messages on social media, on Twitter and elsewhere, and in your letter to the President, you've listed many of them, are meant to threaten the secular fabric of the Indian Armed Forces, specifically the Army?
Oh yes, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Because firstly, the point is that they are fake. They are fake, and they are being circulated in very large numbers. I mean, if you see the retweets, we are talking of thousands. Facebook posts being liked, shared, retweeted so many times. And if you keep repeating a lie, it is bound to have an effect. So it does amplify on social media, and it does get around to all the troops on the ground. And our troops are now very well informed. They know what's happening around them, and naturally it is going to affect morale, which is not something which can be accepted at this stage.
All right, I'd like to thank both of you very much for joining us. These remarks on social media, completely unacceptable. One of the finest institutions in our country, which is based on secularism, that notion of different people of different faiths working together, living in harmony, as enshrined in the Constitution, as enshrined in the Army, Air Force and Navy Act. Is that institution, those values, is that actually being challenged? That's the larger question. I'd like to thank you very much for joining us.